Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, you may be stunned to see what we're wearing, but look at this, boom!
Sheesh.
This is a sample of the merch coming out. We are controlling the Katanas, as the t-shirt says. I am Martin, aka Marty O'Cool, here with the legend, Ian, aka Relic. And I'm going to pass you over to now so we can talk about the merch, and we're going to do the voice note as well.
Yeah, right. We're kicking it off today with a beer on hand. I've got my Desperados. I'm hitting it hard with a celebration. The merch store is live. As Martin says, this isn't final. The design for this has actually changed slightly with the wording to make a bit of a better translation. But it was a sample just for the idea of quality. And as you can see, I'm in a pretty dark room with just an O-ring light on me. And that is some bright print. It's crispy, soft, comfy. Got a couple of designs. I'm going to chuck straight over to the designs now, just whilst we have a look.
So if you're on Spotify, you won't see this, but we're going to put the link in the description so you can check it out later.
Yeah, it's just a couple of them. These are obviously what we're wearing now, but the text is slightly changed. You've got a white one, a black one. This is our classic logo tee, as you can see at the top, our Controllers and Katanas logo. Personal favourite, the Betrayal tee. I'm just going to show you this one. Look, that's the front, Controllers, Katanas. And then this is the back.
The back is sick.
Little cheeky text at the bottom says Controllers and Katanas is the world's greatest anime and gaming podcast at the bottom. Little bit of a cheeky little bit on there. But yeah, if you want to support us in any way, shape or form, that is the way to do it. And we really would appreciate it. All of the money that comes from that merch will go to new microphones, new cameras, that sort of stuff. So nothing major really. And yeah, I like designing stuff, so I've just got back into designing. Hence why I thought we'd do a merch store. Just it fuels my creativity a little bit, and obviously we get to rep our own stuff. You guys get to support us and rep the stuff, and yeah, we hope you enjoy it. There's going to be new stuff on there. Martin's wearing something right now that we're looking at getting a little sample of as well, a hat. So we're thinking of caps and everything as well. So stay tuned with the merch. It is gonna be a merch, but it's almost gonna be a bit like an apparel brand as well in a sense. Like you see with the Betrayal tee, I've tried to make it a little bit more streetwear, as opposed to like your typical sort of like YouTuber, podcaster merch where it's a little bit cartoony or a little bit generic in a sense. I've tried to make it a little bit more fresh, mate. So yeah, cheers to that, mate.
And I don't know if any of you guys are going to the Comic-Con / gaming event in October, the 25th, I believe it is. I will be taking, hopefully, some business cards of Controllers Katanas. So if you see me knocking about, I'll be firing them.
The business cards as well. I've thought about this just now, Martin, so I'm dropping this on you, mate. The business cards will have a code on there as well, an exclusive code, so you get a little bit of a discount from the merch store. So yeah, a little 10% code on there as well. So stay tuned, mate. Stay tuned. Isn't it? It is, mate. Legends, aren't we? Podcast Jesus, mate. That's what I am.
Yeah, so we're looking at more designers, looking at shorts, aren't we? But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes. And
loads of stuff coming. Loads of stuff coming.
Yeah, we've got a little voice note game to play, haven't we?
Oh, classic stuff, mate. Classic stuff. As you know, last couple of weeks, voice notes. We've been picking it up. Every so often we'll play a voice note. We'll play 3 at a time. At the end, we'll have a little discussion about what this is about. Hopefully, I'm hoping some people start interacting and getting involved with this as well. Show us, obviously, your thoughts, what your memories are of said voice notes, said IP. Yeah, you just got to let us know.
Before you do that, there, got to do this one more time.
I'm ready. Right, I'm going to do one. Oh, this is going to be difficult, actually, you know. I tell you what, this one.
I think one of the top one, yeah.
Boom, the level up, mate. If you know, you know. So, yeah.
And, yeah, obviously, if you hear that, obviously, while you listen to the podcast, put it in the comments what you think it is. Like, again, your experiences, stuff happening in your life at the time, all that kind of stuff. We want to hear it. And we're going to discuss it at the end of our podcast. So I'll let Ian kick off with the anime. we've been
Yeah,
watching.
I've got a little bit of news, mate. I've got a little bit of news. This is unrelated to anime. You sort of like 80s early horror fans. Obviously, we've got Beetlejuice coming out soon. Beetlejuice 2. Great film. First film, very, very good. Got high hopes for the second one. We've just recently had an Alien movie come out, Romulus. Very mixed reviews in terms of that. However, you Alien fans, there's actually a series coming out called Aliens Earth, and it's coming out to Disney Plus next year. There's no date yet. It's only just been announced like 2 days ago or something that it's 2025, but we don't know when in 2025. So for you Alien fans, we're going to get hopefully a juicy series coming out. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. And also, what I've seen today, James Gunn, the animated DC project Creature Commandos releases December the 5th. And for those of you who don't know what Creature Commandos is, it's a very sort of like underground, like it's not massive, no one really knows it. It's a Suicide-esque type team basically, and it's instead of like criminals like them, they use incarcerated monsters. It's literally just monsters basically. Like most people know Weasel from the movies and things like that. He'll be in there. But essentially, it's their last resort. They get put on missions that are deemed too dangerous for humans, and you'll have Amanda Waller heading it up with Rick Flag as well, like the Suicide Squad. So there'll be a few familiar faces in there, and hopefully, because it's one of the first proper James Gunn DC animated projects, I've got very, very high hopes for that as well. So I'm hoping that's going to be very good. Hopefully, it has more potential than Suicide Squad does anyway. Isekai, I must admit.
If anyone remembers Weasel in the last the Suicide Squad, he kind of like died at the start and then came back at the end.
Just appeared, didn't it?
And it's like the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Gives me nightmares.
Legend, mate.
But I am loving going back to the Alien thing. I am loving that they're bringing out these movies into anime.
Yeah.
Like obviously, been watching Terminator that's out now on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to see what else comes.
I'm glad that they're not doing just remakes of stuff. They're doing adaptations of stuff. So, like, we've got the Terminator adaptation, obviously, anime. It's a different part of the world. Obviously, it's based around Terminator, but it's like a different part of that universe. It's just a little bit more content around that. And obviously, we've got the Lord of the Rings film coming out. Again, it's just a little bit more content just around the stuff we already love. They're not trying to remake it. They're not trying to sort of like stray from it. They're just trying to give us a little bit more within that world, within that universe, and obviously just to scratch the itch that we've all got in terms of content. Because obviously, when we get something like Lord of the Rings, for example, and Terminator, they're such massive names that like Lord of the Rings. We've got Rings of Power, which sucks arsehole, mate. I'm not even gonna lie, but when you've got like the actual original Lord of the Rings movies, which are so good, the Hobbit films, they're all right. They aren't as terrible as some people say. Obviously, they're nothing compared to the original trilogy. But just getting that little bit more sort of like backstory, a little bit more of that world is just fantastic. I love it. I really do.
With that Lord of the Rings one, I'm hoping like it does really well.
Oh yeah.
And then because there's other stories in the Silmarillion, so maybe push for them stories and give us a bit more, like say, from that world. And just get to know the characters and maybe stories we didn't even know exist, like, and just kind of bring the characters more to life.
Yeah, man.
That'd be really good. That'd be really
love
good.
it. What do I want to kick it off with?
Should we go? So we've watched the last 2 episodes of Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad Isekai. I'm happy to talk about these. Yeah, so I've not got many notes.
Same.
Episode 9. Essentially, you found out that the Queen's an imposter. There's an evil woman. I didn't even write her name down, like the Skull Queen or something. I can't remember what her name is.
Undead King, in it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a king. It's definitely a girl.
Yeah.
But it's
We'll have to check on that.
Yeah, like we'll yeah. So obviously you find out that, which obviously you sort of kind of have a bit of a hint throughout the series that is what's happening, because obviously the Queen's proper random. You got the pink-haired guy, comes in clutch this episode, old Cecil.
Yeah, a legend.
But the one thing that really got me is, you know, the fat dude with the thinker hat. He was wearing that thinker hat, wasn't he? Comes in. Mate, he sounds like a Minecraft villager, mate. He just kept coming in going, like making Minecraft villager noises. I'm like, well, what is this guy doing, bro?
I like when he gets his comeuppance, so yeah, yeah, so obviously the princess catches the queen. Obviously it's the undead king / queen. And she tries to kill the princess. Cecil saves the day, like he's mentioned.
Legend, to be fair.
And then they go into his room, and then the princess, like, has a sudden change of heart, change of character. And she puts makeup on, Harley Quinn's makeup on, and gets a bat, mate. And that fat dude, the minister guy, comes in again with his villager voice. And he gets whacked in the cheeks, doesn't he, with a baseball bat.
Oh, he
mate.
gets filled in. She just goes...
Done.
She literally pretends to be Harley Quinn, goes absolutely hard as fuck, smashes his head, caves his head clean in, doesn't she?
And even if that's not enough, she's literally whacking him on the back. Whack, 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 while it's on the floor.
But yeah, episode 9 focuses a hell of a lot on the Isekai part of this episode. Yeah. You get more from sort of like Cecil, from obviously the Queen imposter, and obviously the princess as well. You get a lot of that from that. And you do see the Suicide Squad in it. You've got King Shark, for example. He's going as hard as he can, just literally just monging about. He's caught. Oh no, he can't catch a break, sorry. Literally, he's just getting battered, this one. He's got massive sea creatures trying to eat him. He's got crocs on him constantly, just filling him in. He literally can't catch a break. But one of my favourite parts of this episode is Peacemaker, when he just goes, America! Screams America dead loud, doesn't he?
The one thing I didn't... obviously, Killer Croc in Suicide Squad is my favourite character. One of them, anyway. Yeah. I don't think he was featured enough in this series, which annoys me. Maybe next season.
He's like an extra villain type thing, isn't he? Like, he's against them. However, we learn a little bit more about what's happening, don't we, in the last episode, at the very end of the episode, which absolutely, we'll get to soon, but spawned me out, mate. The dragons grew up in episode 9 as well. So the dragon, top guy, he's gotten bigger. So Harley's now got a full-fledged, literal full-size dragon. But again, this episode is a bit, like a lot of the episodes, unfortunately, have been. It's been a lot of nothing, 2 minutes of something, a lot of nothing, 2 minutes of something, sort of thing. So you get about 5 or 6 minutes of actual stuff in the whole episode. Yeah. But in terms of story progression, this was probably one of the. This one progressed more story-wise because obviously you found out the Queen was an imposter. The princess came through and she sort of like got a bit braver and she sort of stepped up a little bit, all that sort of stuff. So in terms of the Isekai part, this was probably the biggest episode for the Isekai world part of the show, really.
Yeah, basically. So there's the Queen wants to, the undead Queen. She wants to basically kill loads of people, and then she'll get this power back. So obviously she's summoning these undead in the nearby town, because that's the place where the undead are going to kill the civilians and get all this power. But then we have all these little side battles, like I mentioned earlier, Killer King Shark and Killer Croc, and then the undead Queen summons Enchantress, and she's kind of working for the undead Queen at the time. And then we find out a bit more as it going into episode 10 of why she's kind of working as like a slave for this undead Queen. I like the bit with Harley as well. She gets this like gem, doesn't she? She's like, "Oh, my boobs are like lighting up, or whatever." And she pulls this like magic gem out and she puts it in a gun, doesn't she?
Yeah, it just goes mental.
And she's obviously she's having this battle with Enchantress, and she just blasts her, doesn't she? She has this magic gun all of a sudden, and she manages to hurt Enchantress. But Enchantress is a sick character, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she's so sick, mate. She's like she was almost like a bit of an entity in that episode, isn't she? Like almost like a ghost, because even the opacity of her, you can see through her a little bit in certain scenes, can't you? So obviously we'll learn why in this next episode somewhat. So episode 10, Clayface, mate, is probably one of my favourite characters in this. I swear to God, mate. He's literally like it's literally one of the first lines. Is, clearly, the sword maiden has fallen in love with me.
Yeah, I love Katana.
Yeah, so obviously you get you see some more of Katana in this episode, and my note was love any sight of Katana, to be honest. Legend. Yeah. King Shark is a tank, mate, but he's still getting absolutely battered in this episode as well, isn't he? Although Peacemaker, mate, hand caught and fought that sea monster. He's not bothered, mate. He just shouts America and he's like invincible.
Yeah. I do like the bit as well, like Killer Croc, because that Sea Leviathan's like obviously attacking.
Yeah, it's like his mate, isn't it?
King Shark. Yeah, and like Killer Croc's like, I'll save you, brother. Like calling him brother, innit?
I will save you, brother.
Yeah, only for 5 minutes.
You're not literally, mate. Don't even talk. You don't even know his name. Call him Dave or something, pal.
But then obviously, what's his face? Peacekeeper like turns the Sea Leviathan against Killer Croc, and then Killer Croc gets murked off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gets killed off. But yeah, it is a decent episode. In episode 10 as well, Cecil comes in episode 9 with like a magical legendary armor.
He's got like a hero on Auntie.
And in episode 10, he kind of passes all this armor out to all the different characters, so all get his special enhanced powers. And that was pretty sick.
Yeah, like one's got like a pair of boots on, the other one's got like a shoulder, the other one's got like a helmet or whatever. Yeah. But Clayface as well, this episode, just constantly hitting on Enchantress. What a guy,
man. Yeah, so in this episode as well, they save Enchantress. She's in this like an undead.
Yeah, it's a skeletal dragon, isn't he? Her body's basically trapped in this like magical like prison inside the skeletal dragon. But yeah,
Clayface and Rick Flag save her, but they're terrible at like escorting the body back to.
You're smashing her face into those rocks and stuff.
Yeah. They go around like a tree opposite ways, don't they? Like, her head gets caught in the middle, boom, and she can feel every bit of it, like, which is fine, Harley.
Yeah, but the part as well where Deadshot rolls up with all the armor. And he's like, oh, how's Cecil? He's like, oh, he's not dead. And it cuts to Cecil and he's just in them like stripy white front pants just on the floor.
Yeah.
Just absolutely done him in, mate. But when they started getting all them transformations as well, it just reminded me of like Power Rangers, like morphing time, basically like imbued them all with obviously like the Isekai magic to make them all just dead OP basically last minute. But this episode had some very, very pretty animation. Which you typically expect from Wit Studio anyway, because obviously they're one of the top studios. But Harley and the Princess's plan was legendary as well, mate. Where obviously the princess pretends to be Harley Quinn, and then the undead woman obviously thinks it's Harley, goes to strangle her because the princess can use magic, and then obviously she chops her head off. And then Harley Quinn comes in with a baseball bat and just home runs her head, mate.
That's one way to destroy it.
Was like Team Rocket's blasted off again.
That's one way to destroy an undead creature.
Yeah.
Home run, yeah. But yeah, it was a good season.
It was the ending was a bit weird, wasn't it? So I don't know if you want to.
I've not really got any notes on this bit.
Yeah, so essentially the ending shows. So Rick Flag says, oh, Katana's here, but then it cuts back to Amanda Waller, and Katana's standing next to Amanda Waller. And she's like, oh no, what's happening here? Turns out it's the fucking Joker, mate. The Joker's there the entire time. The Joker's been chilling there. The Joker's pretending to be people. He's got his power, whatever power he's been given in the Isekai. He's literally just like got puppets, essentially, hasn't he? Like, he's pretending that all these other people are there when they're just not there. And then, like, essentially, it's almost like Joker has done it all for Harley to give her something, like, new to experience. And I was dead confused, mate. Like, are they going to make a second season? have they just ended it there with him in the Isekai still? Like, the ending spun me out, mate. I don't really know what's happening. I don't think it warrants a second season, to be fair. Like, it weren't that great of a show overall.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of episodes through the season where it's just like nothing happened.
Nothing happened, yeah. There's just loads of just wasted time in it. They could have easily come up, like, filled that in 5 episodes. They could have halved the entire season, to be fair.
Mm.
Overall, what would you rate that as a story? Or like as an overall anime?
I'd probably say 6 out of 10.
That's exactly what I've got down, mate. I've literally put overall season 6 out of 10 for me. Story was pretty weak. Not really what I wanted either from a Suicide Squad show. I had high hopes for it. That's why with the James Gunn one, I've really got high hopes for that. Obviously, with it being DC Studios direct, they're not going to be messing about with these random bits and bobs. They've got top actors coming in as well, obviously, to play the voices. Yeah. The guy who plays Weasel is actually voicing Weasel in that, for example. The voice acting actually wasn't bad in this. I can't knock that. I actually liked all the voices fitted the characters. I did like that. They was really good. The last sort of like three episodes were probably the more entertaining ones though. But there was just so much empty space of just nothing story. It just ruined it a little bit. They could have padded it out. The concept was there. It was a decent concept. They just didn't execute it as well as I wanted them to. So I'd rate it 6 out of 10, just purely because Wit Studios have done a good job animating it, basically. So yeah, and it was Suicide Squad. You got to see some of the characters you know and love. But overall 6 out of 10. Would not recommend, probably.
That's it. That's a review. For those who are listening, that's our review.
It's all right.
Do you want to go into? Do you want to do another voice note, or do you want to go into another episode?
We'll go straight into something else, mate. Straight into something else.
Should we do? Let's do
Terminator. Yeah, let's do Terminator, man. I've not got many notes from Terminator. My main note is the very first Terminator with the minigun. Really, really looked and reminded me of Willem Dafoe, mate. 100% was Willem Dafoe. It was him, mate. In my opinion. Like, I was thinking to myself, who does that look like? I was like, fucking hell, it's Willem Dafoe, mate. Where's he come from?
I just love the animation in this.
Oh, mate, the opening scene, it had very little dialogue at all. Animation was great. The chase scene was great. The action and sort of like the choreography, and it was very action orientated, as you'd expect from something Terminator. That sort of like first like 4 or 5 minutes, you knew you was watching a Terminator show. Like, it was very good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I don't know who's animating this, to be fair, though. You talk about it a little bit, I'll find out.
Yeah, so the opening scene, a Terminator is searching for, I believe, one of the rebels. I believe her name's Eco. And the Terminator comes in, enters pretty well because he just treads on someone's head. Squashes someone's head straight away, and then he's looking around for this woman. She's hiding. Some guy calls out, and he's about to like kind of blow a grenade at him, and he just literally sprays him with his minigun against the wall, makes like a paint job. But then it just kind of, we have this little cool little animation fight with Eco and this T-800. She throws a grenade at him, exposes the exoskeleton underneath. This guy's no Arnie, let's put it that way. But and his shooting as well in that scene was horrendous. He must have shot about 800
It's
bullets.
So bad, mate. That minigun, it needs recalibrating or remaking or something. It's awful, wasn't it?
It reminds me of that scene out of I was watching Fallout. Remember when the doctor was running off?
Yeah.
That turret was like shooting, but like missing every bullet.
Literally nowhere near him. I tell you what they've animated. You know Haikyuu, which is like, I believe it's the volleyball one. You know, like the really popular one in Japan.
Oh yeah.
It's Production IG, so they did like Haikyuu. Mate, they also did Prince of Tennis. That's quite a big one that a lot of people probably know. What other sort of stuff have they done? Kaiju number 8.
Ooh, that's one we know.
Apparently. sick.
yeah, the animation is really
Oh,
good.
it's really good. I know it's part of Netflix animation. I know Netflix got their own animation studio now, haven't they? But
So we have this bit with Eco and the Terminator. What happens eventually is this Eco woman should take some like information, like Skynet information,
yeah,
off this
like
Terminator.
off its eyeball. Literally has like
Yeah.
this, like it's like an enhanced like syringe USB device or something,
Yeah.
isn't it?
She takes all this information off this Terminator. The Terminator falls down into nothing. Then you think he's dead, but he's not. Legend me.
Obviously, it's Terminator, isn't it, mate?
And then she would like runs back to the base, and then she has all this new information on Cybernet we'll get into later. But the animation of the next scene when you kind of see this scene of Judgment Day happening, and the animation's caught like showing the sheer horror of people's faces.
Yeah, man.
And that the destruction that it causes, so good.
Oh, you know the scene where it's like 1997? Did you see the little cheeky PlayStation 1 advert on the billboard in the background?
No, I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
it cuts in the city and there's like a PS1 advert in the background because obviously it's like mid-90s,
yeah.
isn't it? I was like, that is so like it's such a subtle thing, but that's so sick. I was buzzing. I was like, that's a fucking PS1 advert.
Yeah, so in this episode, we keep flipping between 1997 and 2022.
Yeah, it's like it's whatever.
Obviously, we'll find out why later. But the scenes we see, like all these scenes of Tokyo, oh mate, I was like, I need to go back. I do it with every anime when I see Tokyo.
I've never been
there. I need to go back. I need to go back now.
Yeah, that's why you need. That's why you need to buy T-shirts, guys, so we can go to Japan. Really.
Yeah, get the old piggy bank saved up. So Tokyo now, obviously, it's a different world. We have robots everywhere. Robots working in shops. Robocop's carrying people's bags. A bit like iRobot, if you've seen that film. But we have this legendary dog called John.
John Wick, mate.
No, it's not John Wick.
John Connor, isn't it, mate?
But this dog is being walked by a robot. He's not a fan of robots. And he kind of rips the arm off and that runs off and causes a car crash.
Literally causes like an actual death because it can't be asked with a robot, mate.
Well, it's just the robot's like, John. And I know that's a nod to John Connor. If anyone's seen the films of Terminator.
I put a note, the dog's the real villain, caused the car crash and the driver to die. But the scientist bloke as well, mate, he's proper sus about robots, isn't he? Obviously, you find out what his job is. You understand why he's suspicious about robots. The girl, obviously that woman buys him like that cat, doesn't she? She gets him like a toy cat, like, oh, they really wanted this, blah, 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 keep him company. And she's like, oh, it's because it's a cat. Nah, he's just machinist, mate, isn't he? He's just racist towards machines, that bloke is.
Yeah, so Malcolm is, he's working with a company. We've got it written down here somewhere. Yeah, so he's working for Cortex Industries, which is, and he works along with an AI called Kokoro. And these are trying to compete against Skynet, because we all know what Skynet's like. And obviously Malcolm keeps having these dreams of Judgment Day, so he wants to do everything he can to stop it. So, and he believes that he has this ability to change the future, to stop Judgment Day, essentially. Then we have a flip back to 2022. Obviously, Eco returns to the Resistance base with the info on Skynet, and then they find out that Skynet want to send a Terminator back to the year 1997 to kill Malcolm. And then we have this cool scene of the Terminator getting made. I thought this was sick.
Yeah. There was like a little time skip scene as well. It like proper. I can't remember what it did, but it zoomed into something and then zoomed straight back out into like a different time period. Mate, it was so slick, mate. That was like props to the animating team for this because that was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really loving the animation. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Terminator, and when you see stuff like this...
Oh, mate, the amount of Terminators they've got as well is insane, isn't it? And they're just time-travelling as well, bro.
Yeah, so kind of the episode ends with naked Terminator kind of kneeling down. As we know, he'll get transported back to the certain year, which is 1997. But it's the Terminator music that comes on at the end. I was like, oh... It got me. I was like, oh mate, that is sick, and it ends.
Classic, mate.
Oh, I love
Such
that.
a classic.
Well, yeah, I'm really impressed with the first episode. When I finished, I was like, oh man, I need to watch more of this. Like I always do with every anime.
Yeah,
We watch on
literally
podcast.
everything. We need to find more anime that we don't talk about, just so we can binge watch them.
Yeah.
I'm still hung up over Vinland Saga, bro.
You know, I've not finished that yet.
I love it, mate, so much.
So I'm watching Death Note, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia.
MHA's on the back burner for me at the moment. I need to get back on it, to be fair. Naruto will take you at least 4 years, mate.
Yeah.
Worth it.
I'm back in 4 years.
Worth it, mate, that is. Right, I'm going to play another sound note, mate.
Do it, mate. As you know, if the first ones we're doing are these, it's just a tester. It's like an easy one. We're doing it easy for you guys. So obviously people who are not up to date with gaming and stuff, and we're trying to unleash this nostalgia in people. So these voice notes are what we give to you.
Mate, that went on for ages. That did. I had to mute my browser, bro.
Did you?
It was the entire thing. You know, you're in a fight. It was the entire battle sound, mate. It was literally about 45 seconds long, mate.
I might have talked over a bit of that.
No, I muted it as soon as you started talking. I was like, oh, you're still going.
Yeah. Well, episode 1 of Terminator, very impressed.
Yeah, really impressed. Very good. Very, very good.
If you guys watching enjoy as well, let us know in the comments in Discord. We say every week. Join the Discord. Like us on YouTube.
You heard the man. Get on it.
I'm
Now.
not saying enough. We're not trying to brainwash you. We just want to, chat about.
It's subliminal messaging. That's all it is, mate. It's subliminal messaging, isn't it?
It's like that.
We literally get absolutely nothing from people joining the Discord in terms of we get no monetary value. There's nothing to reward us. We just want your time. We just want to chat. We want to speak to people. We want to interact with people. We want to get stuff going. We could even do, eventually, if we get a big enough thing, we could even do a community day where we all play Gang Beasts, or we go on some games or get a group together on PUBG, or get some private matches on Fortnite. Stuff like that. We want to build a community where we can just do sort of stuff like that, because I just think that'd be amazing.
And we can also do anime nights where we watch anime together.
Oh yeah, we could do a live watching of even something like Princess Mononoke, or an anime movie sort of thing like that. Yeah. So some of the classics, I think that'd be great. It's a great idea, that is.
What we do is we probably every week, because it's torture technique where it's like a dripping tap.
That's it.
So eventually you'll break and you'll join us.
You'll just join.
Chapters. Another show that Ian recommended was Elusive Samurai.
Oh, mate, we get another new character within these 2 episodes. We watched episode 6 and episode 7, right? Episode 6, mate. Episode 7.
When I came to your work, I was like, have you watched episode 7? You're like, no, not watching. I was like, please. My
mate, I literally finished watching it 40 minutes ago, mate. It's episode 7. But yeah, so episode 6, mate. Absolutely love the dynamic Genba's bringing to the episodes now, obviously with his stealth and etc. But Big Ears, mate, has got a demon in his ear. His ear, the little bit inside of his ear's got a mouth, talking to him. What a freak, mate.
Yeah, mate. Chop that ear off, mate. Chop that ear off.
Now, a little bit happens at the start, but I just want to skip to the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life, mate.
It's like Brokeback Mountain on horseback.
there's a horse riding scene, right? Where old Big Eyes is on a horse and old Big Ears jumps on, mate, and they're all dead lovey-dovey, he's hugging him on the back of this horse.
Yeah,
his eyeballs talking to him, mate. It's proper stupid. Oh, it proper made me laugh. But one of the parts that really made me laugh is when Genba turned into Big Ears with love art eyes, and it proper made me laugh, that did. Oh, mate, it's so good. But this episode, basically, they're after obviously it leads on from the last one where Gemba and Tokiyuki, obviously infiltrated their little base that they had, and obviously Big Ears overheard them, so they're escaping. It's obviously dark. Problem is, you've got Big Ears who can hear him, you've got Big Eyes who can see him, but because it's dark, he's struggling to aim a little bit from a distance because if they hold the breath so he can't hear them or anything. But mate, this episode you get some really, really good animation in this episode where Gemba starts just moving rapid to confuse them, and it gets all this like purple smoke around him, and honestly, it's so good. Really, really, really pleasing to the eyes, and not the big ones either, mate.
I just want to drop in there that Tokiyuki in his ninja outfit is still looking sick.
Oh, it looks fresh, mate, doesn't it? It looks fresh, mate.
And we have a little what's it, like a little scene explaining like is that about ninjas, isn't it? Where the origin of
shinobi.
Ninjas.
The word shinobi, how it came from and stuff.
So that's another bit of information for us.
Another little bit of history they filled into the episode, which, you know, if you've been watching for a few weeks now, you know me and Martin, we absolutely love a little bit of history, mate. Love it.
Everywhere we travel on holiday, history is part of it. Like,
I don't travel much. I don't. I've got two young kids, so it's expensive. But
it's early days for this guy. But you will be there.
I'm not. My wife, myself, my kids, we're not a beach holiday type of family. Like, even in the UK, when we go somewhere, York, Vikings, loads of history. London, obviously, so much history in London. Barcelona, so much history. I mean, we went to New York, which is quite modern in a sense, really, but there's still so much history there. There's so much sights to see. There's so many museums. We're very oriented around sort of like history and sites. Like, there's plenty of European places. Croatia I want to go to, which Martin's going to soon. Is it Croatia you're going to? It's just Croatia, isn't it?
End of the month, going to do a load of Game of Thrones stuff, so I'm going to bash out on
Hungary, Poland. There's loads of these like medieval places, like such old like cities and old towns, and some beautiful places in the world to see. I'm not the kind of person to just go to like Tenerife or Mallorca, or I don't want to sit on a beach doing nothing for a week straight. I'd rather spend 3 days somewhere where I'm going to absolutely just indulge in like history and just information, culture, and just see a lot of stuff. So obviously things like this really appeal to us because that's obviously what we're interested in. So yeah, I absolutely love that they do that. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, like going somewhere like on a 3-hour flight somewhere just to go on a beach. It's boring to me. Like,
it's boring, mate. Waste of money.
Yeah, you could do that in England.
I can drive an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours away to a beach if I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not as warm, but it's just
a beach is a beach, isn't it?
Mate, Barcelona, beautiful weather, has a beach. Mate, some of the literal like cathedrals they've got there, like the buildings are so old, like the history they've got in Barcelona. Equipped with these things, it's just stunning, mate. I don't know why people don't just combine those two things together. Like somewhere like that.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was younger, I went to Spain like 20 times, but
mate, every single year I went to Benidorm or fucking Mallorca or something. You know, mum and dad, mate. Ugh.
But then, like, when my mates like, let's go to Barcelona, I was like, yeah, I've been to Spain before. I'll do it. Barcelona, mate, is sick. Like, the nightlife's really good.
So good.
You got history, you got a beach. So we went to the beach for like half an hour, and then we like went on a bike ride and all that stuff. It was so good. So recommend anyone to visit. It's really good.
Yeah, we went. I can't remember what it was now. There was a full on parade going through Barcelona. We went. It was like the Three Kings Day or something like that. I can't remember what it was now, but there was this mad parade. Loads of people dressed up. Like, it was crazy. I've never witnessed anything like it before in my life. It was so good.
Yeah. We went out at night time. We were just like literally just walking around, like, just having a look. And there's people just like playing guitar, people dancing, just randomly. It's like,
it's sick, isn't it?
It's like street parties and stuff everywhere.
Different world, isn't it, man? Different world.
But yeah, let's get back to this.
Mate. The part where they're riding away on them horses and the camera pans to the moon, mate. That was set up like the ending of a sitcom or something. I was honestly expecting the episode to end there. I thought, I'm pretty sure I've not watched that much of this episode. Is it ending already? Seriously? And then obviously then it skips. But mate, the part in Kyoto where all them people are telling lies. One's like, I've like defeated 1,000 retainers. But then there's that one guy who's like, I flew back to the past with Buddha and had to go on a journey. What do you mean, bro?
You know,
Yeah,
BS moment. BS.
yeah. I had to fly. I had to fly back to the past with Buddha, and I had to go on a journey with him. What do you want about, bro?
I should have put that in the episode. Some guy's like, "What are you on about? Come on, not being silly."
Well, one of the guys is like, "Oh, everyone's now like exaggerating their feats now to try and get a reward, basically."
Yeah.
Oh,
Load
Takauji,
of bollocks,
mate, the Takauji scene where he's walking through all them, and all the people's heads are just flying off. Mate.
Now this guy is a different. So the traitor.
He's a literal demon, mate. He is, isn't he?
The thing is, he's a demon at fighting, but also he's got like a. It's a silver tongue, isn't it?
As well, hasn't he?
Silver tongue.
Yeah.
People love him, mate. I love these two episodes as well. Like the characters that come into it. Like, I'm not going to mention the other guy because that's episode.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon.
Yeah, episode 7. But like, Tokiyuki's building this really good team of really good characters, and it's.
Oh, mate, he's something different. He is. I mean, you know when it was that scene where it's like, oh my god, everyone runs past like the Emperor's or that guy's. Was it like, I don't know what he was now.
It's Emperor's son.
Emperor's son. Yeah.
Defending him.
They all run. He just runs past. They all just run past him like he doesn't exist. And then you get this scene. I have no idea, mate. I don't know if you saw it. Why was there a baby having its umbilical cord cut, mate? What was that bit all about? There was like a bit where it's like him going through. I think all these people want to do. Then it's just a baby like having its umbilical cord cut. Like, what's that got to do with anything, bro?
And that actually, that Taka guy, he's like naked in that scene as well. What's going on there? Why is he naked?
It's proper random, isn't it?
Why is the guy's knob out? Yeah, it's like, what's going on? Well, yeah, he's sick. Is that bit where like you have all them people lined up and then the slash goes through the neck? And he kills about 10 blokes, doesn't he?
This is what makes me laugh, right? The next episode 7, has scenes like this as well. There's literally, these scenes. There's rows and rows of people having their heads cut off. And then it just cuts back to Gemba and his head's just spinning round.
But this, that Taka dude, he's like the emboss, isn't he? But he is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he's going to get around him, mate.
Bro, he is.
Proper samurai, isn't he?
So sick, mate. So sick.
Should we go into episode 7?
Yeah, so I've just got as well, like, this episode, like, it was just nice to see, obviously, like you say, the final boss guy. What he's actually doing, obviously, since he took over, because we not really saw him. Yeah. The only thing I'd score that episode out of 3 out of 10 purely because there wasn't one lamplight head moment, mate. There wasn't one moment where he had to turn his lamp off, mate. I was gutted, mate. I was like, why has he not turned his lamp off this episode, bro? What's happening?
There is a bit though. My favourite scene out of this whole episode, I've literally just missed it. I need to mention it. Gemba, mate, when he drinks too much at that party. And he's got his knob out, mate. He's running around. He's like threatening to like pee everywhere. And then he gets captured by Tokiyuki.
He just got that thing covering him, hasn't he? Like, obviously the barcode and his knob out.
Yeah, so he's like literally like getting captured and he's like farting, isn't he? Like...
I love Gemba, mate. He's so sick.
Yeah, he's had too much.
Oh,
but then
mate.
it's that bit at the end of the scene as well, like, you know, that thing's obviously covering his penis. It kind of spinning around, doesn't it? And it kind of ends the episode, doesn't it? And that comes towards the screen. Like, what the fuck? Like trying to dodge it.
You're like that. Whoa! Step back, mate. Step back. What are you doing, What are you doing? Trying to fight the allegations. Like that.
Well, that scene. I was literally crying my eyes out. It was so funny.
It was sick, mate. I love this show. It's proper mad.
Well, like with all the episodes, you have this like really nice bit, and they have this flipping like massacre of like people's heads getting chopped off. They can't go over one episode without someone's head getting chopped off. And
one of my things, I feel like the way that they do that, if you always notice a lot of the time, apart from Yori, who's obviously lampshade head, most of the scenes that are like really serious revolve around adults. I know there's like the scene where his brother gets his head chopped off or whatever, but most of the light-hearted scenes are always focused on children, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's almost like it's showing those different aspects. Obviously, when you're an adult, you see things a bit differently. Everything's a little bit more serious. But when you're a kid, you're just trying to have fun, sort of thing. So it's just something I'm picking up. I don't know if
you say that, but in the next episode.
Oh yeah,
there's stuff with some kids in it. But,
yeah, there's loads of stuff. But you know what I mean, though. A lot of the like all the light-hearted stuff is always because of like Tokiyuki, obviously. I know he's that sort of personality, but I don't know if that's one of the things they want to try and get across is that look, Tokiyuki and his side of things, they're all trying to be a little bit more fun. They're trying to be a little bit more light-hearted. It's probably just showing you different kind of rulers that it will be. He's obviously going to be a more caring, more compassionate, more sort of like funny ruler, whereas obviously the other guy, who's the bad guy, is just an absolute demon, mate.
Yeah, it's like you say, is like Toki's like trying to bring light to the world.
Yeah.
And then the other side, you have some people like
that's a yin yang, mate.
Chopping heads off. Yeah. This episode, the start of this episode is so funny. Like, so we have this like little bit of like a peacetime, don't we? Tokiyuki is like enjoying some time with his retainers on like a frozen lake, like playing and stuff,
ice skating type thing, and fishing and.
Well, this new dude. So the Ice is like proper trying to find a way to ruin everyone. And he hires this new guy, doesn't he, to his clan. His name is Shoken, I think his name is.
Oh, fucking Ant-Man.
Yeah, so he's got all ants all over his body for some reason. On his back, on like a certain part. But it's like all scarred up. And he says he loves to take things from people. That's what he lives for. So he's a proper scumbag.
Proper rodent, mate, literally.
Well, this bit with Yori, where he kind of loses his power of seeing the future.
He temporarily lost his power, and he says like, "Oh, it happens sometimes," and he gets dead paranoid, doesn't he, like, all the time?
And he starts freaking out, doesn't he? And obviously the priests are like, eyes is like proper all over him, and they're like really like fearful. And then Tokiyuki's like, "Well, me and the elusive warriors will sort this out. We'll scout ahead. We'll see what we can do." And then you're always trying to make excuses for why Tokiyuki can't go. And I wrote something down here. I remember that. It's like, "Oh, bandits might get him, and the bloodline will end. He might get lost in the woods, and the bloodline will end. What if he eats a slug and a parasite kills him? What if he passes a woman? What if he passes a woman with big boobs and dies of a nosebleed?"
The bloodline ends. Is that one bit where he stood behind him, just going bloodline, 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 bloodline?
And then and there's one that's like, what if he remembers something from his past and feels guilty and dies of shock and the bloodline ends? And then we have all these like, and as he's saying all these things, all these like funny animations. Like
it's like him falling off the cliff and the bleed nosebleed that woman sits like doing.
So obviously, Yori's, because he's lost his power, he's literally freaking out, getting dead creepy.
Yeah, because he can't sort of like predict what's going to happen or potentially going to happen.
But do you want to speak about my new favourite character?
Mate.
I'll let you.
Gemba's number 2. Apologies. They come up against this dude, right? So they go ahead. There's a couple of funnier scenes as well with Yori, a few more, isn't there? Where it's like, he's got loads of food, and he's like, "Oh, but you might starve to death." And then there's no bloodline. And then like they're like, "No, look, shut up, mate. We're just gonna go. Like, leave us alone. We're going." So they head off. They get to this like woodland towards this like little village. Some dude comes out, mate, 2 swords. Woohoo! Straight away, mate, 2 swords. I'm thinking, you are sick as fuck, mate. You are the sickest character ever, mate. 2 swords, yes, please.
I just wrote that down instantly. A top character because they know I love a dual wielder.
I put
Sheena as well.
Yeah, mate. Come on. I've literally put, this guy is literally the controllers and katana poster boy, mate. Got 2 katanas, mate. Yes, bro.
Do it, mate. You should do it.
So basically, they end up having like a bit of a fight, don't they?
He's called Fubuki. Is it Fubuki?
Fubuki, yeah, Fubuki. That's him. He's having this. He's only a teenager, but he is sick, mate. He is. You got the 2 retainers, the woman, the girl, and the boy. I can't remember their names, to be fair.
Kojiro and
Ayo or somewhere, I can't remember.
Ayoko,
that's it, something like that. But they're having a tough time against this one geezer on his own, mate, this Fubuki. And honestly, mate, he gets to a point where he then sees the girl in the background, and he's like,
Shizuku, isn't it?
Like, Shizuku? And she's like, yeah. He's like, "Oh, do you remember you gave me food that time or whatever?" And she basically helped him out in the past. And it turns out he's basically like a lone warrior. He's going around trying to find someone to essentially like partner with, essentially, or fight for, or he's trying to find a new leader, isn't he?
Mm.
And he's got all these people around him, and they think they're surrounded by, like, obviously other warriors because there's loads of torches. Turns out, bloke's been there, Fubuki, mate, on his own, just battering people. He got to this village, all the adults were dead, and there was just children left. He's murked off all the baddies that were there. Another team have come, murked them off, and another team have come and murked them off, mate. But the thing that really made me laugh is the flashback scene. So he's using these children with the torches to like distract obviously the bad guys, and lure them into different situations and lure them away. So obviously he's not got too many people on him at the same time, that sort of thing. It's just reminding me like Home Alone, mate, because they're like setting traps up everywhere. There's like little decoys, and it's like proper little like Japanese Home Alone, mate. But mate, Fubuki, what a guy! I'm literally buzzing to see more of him. I am, mate.
He's like literally shot to the like my favourite character in the show.
Instantly, 2 swords, mate. Yes, please.
So Tokiyuki has literally got Gemba, and now he's got this guy, Fubuki.
Yeah, well, it helps because Gemba even says in this is like, we're combat. That's out of my like expertise, because obviously his entire thing is stealth, and the thief is basically a thief. He's good at sort of like escaping and getting into places and hard to reach places. But obviously they've got 2 decent warriors already, and now they've got this added guy as well. And
children,
Tokiyuki's got like, he's buzzing. He's absolutely buzzing. He's like, I'm going to learn everything from him, like blah, blah, this and that. But it cuts back, doesn't it? So you got this entire scene where they've got these kids running around, people fall into traps, and like, even though they're people fall into traps and stuff, it's quite a funny like little mini cutscenes almost, isn't it? Sort of.
I like the bit where they make that like straw dummy, and the guy that thinks is like a person, and the next minute he gets headshot in the back of the head by one of the kids.
Don't even make proper, innit?
And the one who falls down that trap of like spikes is like, it reminded me of like, it does remind me like Home Alone. It's like just like a more gory version.
But the blood, mate, in this episode is so bright. It's bright red in it. The blood is.
That bit at the end. And me gasping that Shokan.
Yeah.
Flipping it, mate.
Fucking up, mate. Mad bloke.
So when this guy gets introduced, he's like meant to be like some demon. Everyone like thinks he's a demon. Then you find out that this guy is a beast. I'll tell you a bit more about that later, but I just want to mention that Fubuki loves to eat, doesn't he? Have the scene where it's like eating, like they're discussing tactics, and he eats like a massive like 3-day supply of rice, and then that Yuki's daughter's like, "You're going to cause like a crisis in the village because you literally eating all the food."
You know the snap, mate. And he's like, "It's because I'm cold. I'm trying to just get warm."
But yeah, that Shokan. But so it pans to the scene where it's literally piles of bodies, isn't it? Piles of bodies everywhere. Literally like walls of bodies, and we have people being crucified, and then we have this like Shokan guy literally sitting on like a throne of bodies, isn't he?
It's mad, mate.
It's
this show, bro. Again, you got these people taking the piss, mate, because he's eating 3 days supply worth of rice, scoffing his face, and the next minute he's got bodies everywhere. Like, what on earth, mate?
And then you have the scene like, there's this like one guy still alive, he's like making out he's dead. He makes a run for it, gets his head chopped off. In the next scene, that madhead's flipping pouring the guy's blood all over his head.
Like a
jar.
Like
and these guys like, they wish he'd budded, don't they, or something? That's what they're saying.
Oh, I don't know. He's definitely drinking that blood, though, isn't he? Let's be honest. Proper dirty, mate.
He's got the same haircut as Buddha, so bald red, hasn't he?
Baldy, mate. Baldy.
But yeah, looking forward to the next episode to see what happens here, because that guy is a madhead, and his men is like psychos.
Oh yeah. It's honestly so sick, though. I'm enjoying it. I really am.
Do you want to do... is there one more voice note, or do you want to leave it till...
We'll talk about this next one, and then we'll do the last one. But we'll save best till last, mate. Save best till last, innit?
Yeah.
So
we'll do Cable Car next. No, Jake.
Those about to die, mate. #1 show on Amazon.
Those about to snore, mate.
Those about to fucking cry because I'm fed up, mate.
So Ian,
Mate.
for this episode, fell to sleep.
I fell asleep twice. I've literally got 4, 5 notes, mate. And one of my notes is I nodded off. That's literally. I just hate, mate. I hate the mission so much, mate. I honestly can't stand him as a character, and it's not even that. It's not like a classic thing where the character's doing a really good job of being a villain. I just don't like him, mate. I just honestly, I just want to punch him in his face. So if I met that actor in real life, mate, I'd honestly, I just wouldn't be able to look at him, mate. I hate him so much. He's just got a stupid head, hasn't he?
Yeah. So in his notes, he's all writing and like it's like Z Z Z Z Z Z. Just really fell asleep.
It actually said Y. It was about 8 Ys, mate. Because I first see it with my phone in my hand like that, mate. Press Y. Obviously, I hold on to Y or something.
You wake up like the credits are rolling. Like, what is happening?
Oh, what is going on?
I've got a few notes. So,
I'll let you kick it off, mate. I'll just chip in whenever.
Yeah. Okay. So the episode starts from last episode. Mount Vesuvius erupted. There's dust clouds everywhere, and people ain't got a clue what's going on. They're just like running for their lives in random directions. They don't think it'll be safe, like all over the place. It's chaos. One good thing is that we can look forward to in the next episode, I hope, is that the mission, because he don't like Kwame, he plans a rematch with Flammer. But he don't do it the usual way. He chucks him in prison, so he starves.
Yeah, not feeding him or anything.
It's kind of like a guaranteed kill for
Pussy old
Flammer,
move, mate.
Yeah. That knobhead from the... I got that in my notes, so I did that bit. The knobhead from the blue faction, the leader, Morsus, he he wants to rise in power, doesn't he? So he arranges this meeting with the Senate.
You know what's dead funny? I've got one of my notes says blue faction knobheads being caught out. That's literally what my notes says.
Great minds think like me. So he arranges this meeting with the Senate in secret because he's obviously trying to dethrone the Flavian Empire, whatever. But Tenix finds out through the slave girl, and he tells Domitian, who then tells Titus, and then Titus listens in from below, and he's proper like abusing him. Titus, isn't he? Like saying, "Oh, he's gone off with this Judean whore." Because obviously, while all this dust clouds were happening, the Red Faction leader's wife put out the Vestal Flame, which is like, it's like a bad omen if that goes out.
Yeah.
And that woman, I hate that woman.
I honestly hope she dies, personally.
But yeah, what annoyed me though is like, because she did that, the Vestral matron, she gets murked off, doesn't she? She gets like clubbed to death.
Oh, yeah.
Because it turns you into like guard it. Gets fucking murked off, mate.
What are you doing, man?
That stupid blue faction woman's causing all kinds of havoc. Anyway, Titus is getting abused. He then arrests Marsus, who ain't got a clue what's happening because he's like stunned and he's like, find me out.
They've got arrested a couple of different other blokes as well, don't they, at the same time?
Some random guys like, oh, you.
You'll do. You're arrested, you
like
can
a
get
line,
going home.
Yeah. You got a flipping horrible face, you can come as well. But yeah, so the idea is Domitian wants to get closer, or wants to get Titus to trust him, and this actually works out, doesn't it, for him? And in doing this, Domitian promises Tenix that he would get the Gold Faction back, and the Gold Faction does come back in this scene. Titus agrees to it. But then you have the scene with Vigo, or Vigo, whatever his name is.
Vigo, yeah. To be fair, mate, there's a bit where him and Vigo are standing next to Flammer, mate. Obviously, Flammer's massive, but Vigo is a bit of a beast himself, you know, to be fair. Big man, him, mate. Big man.
But yeah, he takes food to Kwame, doesn't he?
Yeah, legend, mate.
Top, legend. Mate. True brother, mate. What else have we got down here?
Mate, this entire episode is basically just Tenax getting battered in it, let's be honest. He's literally been done in by everybody. Not physically getting battered, necessarily, he does at the end, but it's like he's got people after him, mate. He's owing like bare people money. He's obviously got people sending him letters saying, look, you owe me money here, drop it, else I'll murk you off or murk all your kids off, all that sort of stuff. He can't catch a break, mate. He's got Cara, or whatever her name is. She's like, I think I'm starting to rethink my allegiance to you or whatever. Mate, bro's not even done no wrong.
He's trying to live his life.
He's just plodding, isn't he? He's just chilling.
I tell you, a guy I do hope dies. His name Begins with an S and ends with an S.
Scorpus, mate. I hate him, mate. I do. I hate him so much. He's such a shit character as well. He's not even well written. All of his lines are dead, mate. He's got the most boring dialogue in this show by far, he has.
Yeah. It's the funny bit where it's like...
I'm celebrating because I'm drunk. Shut up, you dickhead.
One of the scenes I did like is it's like another chariot race, and some guy gets murked off against the wall, doesn't he? So like a white rider, he gets like proper murked off, like, killed off.
Mate, proper.
And obviously Scorpus wins, and then he goes back to Scorpus the Great. Shut up, mate. Then the prostitute he gets, flipping it, mate. Not for me.
You get paid more than that, pal. Come on.
I mean, 600k, mate. Come on.
Step it up, man. Come on. Step it up. Peasant, mate. Peasant whore.
But yeah, Tenets kind of sets Scorpus in this because Scorpus has been doing like illegal gambling kind of thing, and illegal betting, and then Tenets like arrests him, gets him arrested, and then kind of forced him to ride for the gold faction again. So proper tricked him there, mate. But yeah, and then they've got these new chariots, and obviously Scorpus wins with these new chariots of the gold faction. And then we've got a mission like saying to Tenets, like you said earlier, oh, I want more money tomorrow or whatever. You got the slaver dude who wants his money, who's a beast as well.
Mate, like, he's a monster, isn't he? Ursus or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he wants his money. Everyone's got all the hands out, like, oh, give me the...
I was like, 10x, please.
10x, I'm your mate now. Shut up, mate. Get out. But I'm looking forward to the next episode to see if Kwame does actually fight Flammer. I'm hoping Scorpus gets battered.
Get a little bit of gladiator action in a Roman show, but nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, this show is no Suboticus. It's no Rome, if you ever watch that. But yeah, there's certain parts of it that I enjoy.
Yeah, there's some good bits in there. There is. Like, to be fair, like the old Tenax storyline's very good. I really enjoy that. But the problem is you've got like there's so many shit storylines around the good storylines. It brings it down, and it's like it just pisses me off. Like the Quan-based stuff's pretty good, but there's hardly any of it. Like it just really hardly any of it, and it's just frustrating, mate.
Yeah, there's like a lot of character stories that they can literally get rid of. Like, there's a bit with like the Spaniard, the young Spaniard is like getting in there with the slave girl. It's like, nah, just get rid of that. Who's bothered about it? No one's bothered about it. Then you have other scenes with like, obviously, Kwame's sister as well, getting in there with another bird. Just get rid of all that crap and just keep Kwame, Tenek's story, Scorpus till the party dies, and then obviously have...
Kwame's like mum and sisters as well.
And you got to have Titus because he's the emperor, so
yeah, it makes sense to have him.
But yeah, we're on episode 6. We've got 4 episodes left, so something might happen.
Have to wait and see. Wait and see.
All right, now we've got rid of the crap out of the way.
Right, one more. Right, what should I do?
In the voice. I'll keep quiet for 45 seconds.
Problem is, a lot of them just say the name of it, so it's like...
Is it one like the heel one? Is it? That's one of them.
That's the first... I did do the heel one, actually. Classic sound, mate. Classic. Doom, 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 doom. You've got to know it by now, guys. Come on.
So if you're in the hospital and you hear that noise, you're like, I know that game. What is it?
You know you're going to be sound. You know you're going to be good. You're good to go. Yeah. Within like 4 seconds, you're good to go.
You and your friends are good to go. That's the only clues we're going to give you. Right. Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, mate. It's sick show. Such a good show, mate. Love it.
Do you want to kick us off with this one?
I want to kick it off, mate, with one of my only gripes with this show. They could have cast someone so much better to play young Silver, mate. The bloke's a foot shorter than Silver, by easily at least a foot shorter than Silver, mate. Could have easily just got someone the same height as him, surely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's at the flashback with Crease, mate. He's got glued on here and he's dead short. That is not right, mate. Old man's a monster, though.
Yeah, so we have the scene with John Kreese back in the day, him and Silver in South Korea. They watch students of this guy called Master Kim.
Legend.
Master Kim punches a girl for watching the students training. John Kreese steps in to help the girl. Master Kim taunts him, telling him that he's not the sensei here. What are you doing? Like, kind of back off, you're a crap student anyway. And then he teaches, Master Kim teaches the no rule, the no mercy rule again to John Kreese, so the girl can benefit from it. Anyway, he starts battering John Kreese to a pulp, and then the little girl, who happens to be the granddaughter of Master Kim, he like kicks him up the arse, and he kicks the Master Kim up the arse.
Yeah, the little girl.
And then he turns around, he lifts her up off the ground, doesn't he? Like probably like choke. I thought he was going to like choke slam her, but he doesn't. He lifts her up off the floor, and it's like, "Are you afraid?" She's like, "No." And it's like, "Tomorrow you will no longer watch. Yeah. You will be joining us.
You will now. I will start training you as of tomorrow. Come on now."
And then we have the scene after we have Miguel like go to college. Well, he was planning to go to college. The apartment's falling into pieces. Got like crap pipes bursting all over the place.
Literally just bursting, falling through the ceiling and everything.
It's literally like crap, like proper turd just falling from the ceiling. Madness, mate. On your kitchen table, mate.
Oh, you got piss all over your laptop, mate.
So and in this bit, Johnny and Miguel's mum, I can't remember her name, they wonder how they're going to afford to live. Obviously, the thing is going to college. And then Johnny, he seems to be like putting all his trust and his hope in this big tournament, the big karate tournament coming up. He's putting all his eggs in one basket, it seems, because he thinks he's getting loads of dollar from this. But then it flips back to Master Kim in present day, and he's still alive.
Mate, literally, right? I've put, why is Master Kim 157 years old looking like a speckled ball sack inside a hut in the woods, mate? The hut is inside out as well, mate. Like, the walls are on the... It doesn't look right, mate, at all, does it? Can't believe it.
In my notes, I put, Master Kim's still alive. What? Old as F. I'm not going to swear. Looks like Raiden, or the old guy who sells Gizmo and Gremlins. That's what I put. Because I was like, what's he still doing alive? He must be like...
He's literally 157, mate. Got to be, honey. He was like 87 when Kreese was like freaking 22, bro. Kreese was like 50 something.
That's older than that, I think. But the thing, it looks like one of them corpses that get reanimated in like Africa or something, isn't it?
He literally just been mummified, hasn't
he? So the scene as well, like John Kreese is trying to convince Master Kim to use and show his style of martial arts at this big tournament under Cobra Kai's leadership. Master Kim's reluctant, and he whacks Kreese in the dick with his stick, doesn't he? It's like proper like backhand. I felt
it all, mate. My stomach went straight away, mate.
When you see people getting kicked in the balls on like TV shows, you feel it. You feel it
massively. If you've experienced it, you feel it. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, he's reluctant to do it after his granddaughter failed last time under Silver's leadership. So then John Kreese has to prove himself, so he goes to this cave, doesn't he? And this cobra comes out, mate. Well, no. So Master Kim sends him to this cave to get this like knife that he used when he was exiled, and he killed loads of people in this cave, didn't he? So he sends him to get this knife as like a test. There's a cobra in there, murks off John Kreese, and then John Papa bites him, and then he like goes into like dream state.
Sounds like hallucinating and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he sees like your mate, the young Silver, the imposter, and then you see Johnny as well.
Big
and then
Johnny.
Then he realises that Johnny is like his only weakness, the only one he's ever shown mercy to. And then John Kreese fights fucking Johnny. He fucking murks him off, doesn't he? He like proper like breaks his neck and stuff.
Kills him, bro. Obviously, it's fake Johnny, so it doesn't matter. But it still kills him, bro.
Yeah, dream Johnny, innit? And then he has another go at grabbing the knife, doesn't he? And then we find out that John Kreese has ripped the head off the cobra, and he delivers it to Master Kim. Cobra Kai, mate, isn't it?
Cobra Kai killer, mate.
Cobra Kai did.
Fully
And
deceased,
he brings his head back to Master Kim, and then he's passed the test. But I'll let you discuss the frat party, mate.
First thing, right? When they were looking at them colleges, obviously Miguel's a bit worried because he wants to go to a good college, because he's got good grades, all that sort of stuff. But his mum's skin, obviously Johnny's skin, like he's definitely not going to be able to afford to go there unless he goes to like a scholarship or something. So he starts looking at other colleges. The bloke called Gary, mate, from College of the Valley, proper freak of nature, mate. He's a creeper if you've ever seen one. But there's a couple of other scenes as well, isn't there? But
you mean a creeper or a pedo?
Oh no, he's just a creepo, mate. Just a bit of a weirdo, isn't he? But like, I love how Johnny's gone round to LaRusso's house, mate, and just helped himself to LaRusso's food.
Oh yeah.
Also, mate, Chosen and Johnny arse hunting on a side quest, mate. It's proper random, but it was actually like dead entertaining, wasn't it?
Mocking that guy's hairdo, isn't he?
But oh yeah, one of my notes was, I don't even know what Crease is doing. Man's in a cave getting bit by a snake. Like, what's he doing? But yeah, it's literally the entire episode is just a side quest episode, mate. So Miguel, Hawk, and obviously the nerd are at a frat party. I don't know the nerd's name, to be fair. What's his name?
It's Dimitri.
Dimitri, that's it. They go to a frat party, and they see obviously the bully guy from.
Oh, it's Kyler's the Chinese looking dude. Isn't
it? The bully from the Cobra Kai, who's obviously he always gets battered, doesn't he? He's proper shit.
Yeah.
Like he always, even though he's a bully and he always acts like the bully, he gets literally thrashed every single time, mate. But they meet him obviously, and they're like, "Oh, you're thinking of coming here, sort of thing, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh yeah, we're having a look at it." And they go to this frat party. But then it cuts back to Johnny and Chosen, and they find John Lawrence superfan, mate, renting asses out. So there's some like proper fat nerdy bloke, mate, who's like loves Johnny like they're bad. Oh, you're John Lawrence. I watched you in the tournament back in 80 so and so. And obviously he says, "Look, I appreciate that you basically got no money in that, but if you sort yourself out, come back to me. I'll find you a spot." Basically, like, goes to help him out and says that help him out after he's threatened to murk this other realtor off about 8 times. I'm just gonna punch his head in, mate. Yeah. But mate, that entire frat house scene in general, so good, mate. You've got Hawk down in beers and putting the empty cups on his spikes, mate. But then it turns out there's like this obviously like the leader of the frat house is like this big like American football looking
jock
type
dude,
bloke. Yeah, proper jock. That's the word I was looking for. He's essentially just bullying the bully. What's his name? Kyle or something.
All right, Kyler.
So they're bullying him basically, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm going to get in." And Miguel overhears him saying, "Oh, he's never going to get in this frat house." Blah blah blah. And Miguel's like, "Oh, fucking dick, like you douche lords, you are like." Yeah. Stringing him along, and he gets this point where he picks him up, turns him into a human Hoover, doesn't he? And starts making him suck up like little snacks off the floor. Like there's like people drop popcorn and like Cheetos and all that sort of stuff. And then Miguel obviously steps in and was like, "Oh, leave him alone, stop doing that, blah, blah, blah." And then they get in this massive scrap, mate. And they just start murking off these frat boys like one by one. You got ones where Hawk's doing like flying knees to the head and shit. Yeah. What's the big guy called?
That other fat dude called Brooks.
Brooks, yeah. So Brooks is going to MIT and they're like stunned because he's like a retard. But it turns out the MIT he's going to is like some like machine fixing place who teach how to fix washing machines and that. But he gets one dude, just fucking bombs him straight through a table.
Yeah, it's like the end of like a SmackDown show.
Proper WrestleMania, mate. It's so sick.
No, but chokeslam some guy for a table, that kind of ends the fight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's like the finishing move, mate. Yeah.
But obviously he's thinking now, like the Asian guy from Cobra Kai's like, "Oh, I'm done for." But then this other frat ass like, "Oh, you the guys who murked off Omega your mumma or whatever they're called." And they're like, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, mate, you're no like hazing, nothing. You're welcome, like in our frat house, sort of thing." So obviously he's found himself some new mates thanks to Miguel, mate, because Miguel's a proper G, isn't he? Top bloke Miguel is.
Have you ever wondered how many times we've said "merc" in this podcast?
it just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. For those who don't know what "merc" means, it means it gets killed off or
it means you get battered, mate. Done in.
Done in.
Like mercenary, mate, isn't it? You get merked off, mate.
Well, this show is far better than those are about to snore.
Oh, easily, mate. It's shorter as well. It's like 30, 34 minutes or something, I think, an episode lasts. It's a bit longer, but obviously with the credits and all that sort of stuff, it lasts about 34 minutes. But
Well,
it keeps you entertained. The problem is with those about to die, they could cut out a couple of characters and they could knock their episodes down to 30 minutes and it'd be a lot more entertaining, but it's just not. It's just long and it feels long. That's the problem with the episodes. They just feel like long episodes. But obviously we've got some new evil 157-year-old mastermind in charge of Cobra Kai now, so you just get one nutter after another with that. So I'll have to see where it goes, mate.
Yeah. Raiden, mate. Raiden, isn't it? Or the guy from Gremlins.
Gremlin man, mate. Gremlin salesman.
Do you want Gizmo?
Do you want Gizmo?
So we've come to the end of the podcast, but
it's the end of the world as we know it.
We need to discuss what this secret game is that we've been playing voice notes for.
And it's Pocket Monsters, mate. Pokemon.
For those who don't know, Pokemon. So the Pokemon games. So for you, what was the start of Pokemon games? For me, it was yellow for me.
It was blue. I've got it somewhere. Oh, it's downstairs. Pokemon Blue. I found him in my mum's attic recently.
Next question is
my Game Boy Color as well.
The 3 starting Pokemon.
Which one was it? Mate. To be fair,
that's the correct answer.
That's a lie. As an adult me, and at a point in time, it would already been always been Charmander. But when I first got the game, I got blue and my brother got red. And I chose Squirtle because I had blue, and my brother chose Charmander because he had red. And we did that. Realistically, everyone knows the best starter Pokemon to probably get is actually Bulbasaur in the original games in terms of like abilities. Obviously, you got the first gym you get Rock, and obviously he's strong against that. He basically batters most of the gyms like early on. So he's tactically, he's probably the best, but let's be honest, mate. He's the least coolest looking one out of the 3, so it's never going to happen, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember back in the day, like trading, because I had yellow, and I wanted stuff of red and blue. I remember like standing there trading, like using the
little cable, link cable, mate. Classic.
Or the infrared thing.
Yeah. Let's put it right next to each other.
Them games are so good, and Game Freak throughout the years, coming up to modern day, they've done really well.
It's so generational. Like I've literally got a picture. My mum's got a picture of me at my mum's house, like over one of the Christmas periods in like must have been easily like, I don't know, 1998 or 1999 or something, where I'm literally sat on this little chair she used to have with my legs crossed on my Game Boy, mate, and that's what I'd have been playing. Like, in the 90s, I was playing Pokemon. I played most of the games up to a certain point, but my son's like the same age as I was in that picture that was taken when I used to play it, and he loves it. He absolutely loves Pokemon. He's got a Switch. He's got all of them, most of the new gen ones that have been on the Switch. He's got all of them.
It must be amazing to see your kid like playing stuff that you played when you was younger and stuff.
It's so good, but obviously those sounds that I played, they're so easy to guess because they're so sort of like recognisable sounds. They're just really, really recognisable sounds, and those games, I sunk hours into those, man. Absolutely, hours into it.
It must have been days or months.
If you could see like time played or something like over time, because obviously back then I used to do it and then I used to reset my account and then start again, blah blah. If there was an actual like an overall time played, I'd love to be able to see how much that was. There's got to, like you say, days on end, mate. Like 24 hours on 24 hours and 24 hours like of time played easily.
Yeah, I remember like I played it that much, like because my mum used to have like a lime green Game Boy Color. And obviously we had like a charger thing where you plug it in the back, and I was literally sat by the plug, mate, just like, because obviously I was using all the battery life. And I had it plugged in, mate, because I was loving it that much.
And like a little mini round little cable end that you plug into the back.
That's it, yeah, into the back.
I had one of them. I used to have like a magnifying glass attachment on the top to make it look bigger with a light on it, bro, so I could play it in dark.
It used to annoy me though, because like, you know, when you like look at a certain angle, like the light just like reflects, you can't see what's going on.
You can't see it, yeah, that's right.
You're trying to catch like Mew, you're like, what's going on here? Can't get him.
So good, so good. But yeah,
My-
and there's a lot of people that don't like it. I understand that, but a lot of people, certainly our age, will understand Pokemon, and obviously its cultural impact, even in terms of on the anime community. The anime was massive back in the day, wasn't it? One of the first animes most people watched our age. On just UK TV, it was just on the TV a lot and all the time. So very, very influential anime and game series in general.
Yeah, because we had the series, we had the Pokemon cards that came out,
Cards
and then the
massive.
games
We
all the same.
I still collect the cards. Still get the cards now. So
I've got some as well. I started collecting them a while back. But yeah, I mean your collection's better because you brought them into work, didn't you?
I found all the old ones, didn't I? I got like ancient Mew and stuff.
You came in showing them all off. Everyone was like, "Oh,
Showing off to work. Everyone's like, "You're 30 years old, man. I don't even care, man. This is sick."
yeah, nostalgia, mate, right there."
Well, no one actually said that. Everyone was buzzing. Everyone was like, "This is hype, mate. This is."
Yeah, they were sick. They were too. Brings back memories.
So good, man. So good. Next week, 2 episodes of Elusive Samurai. Those About to Snore episode 7.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai episode 3. Terminator. Are we doing episode 2? Or are we doing episode 2 and 3 of Terminator?
Yeah.
What else are we picking up?
We've got Elusive Samurai, haven't we? Elusive Samurai.
Yeah, we've got 2 episodes of that.
We finished Suicide Squad now.
Suicide Squad's done, mate.
Is it Fire Force was talking about, didn't it?
We can start Fire Force.
Or do you want to get to Terminated out of the way?
Or we can do 2 Elusives, 2 Terminators, Those About to Die, and 2 Cobra Kais. We'll do that. 3 to 4.
And then we'll do the finale, because it'll be the finale one. Well, it won't be the finale, but it's the finale of the 5 episodes.
Yeah. Right, you heard it here. 2 Elusives, 2 Terminators, 2 Cobra Kais, and 1 About to Snore.
So if you guys are listening or watching with us, enjoying with us.
Yeah, man.
We want to hear your reviews on them as well. Obviously, these are our opinions. You might love those About to Snore. You might love some of the characters that we don't like.
I mean, I doubt it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I don't think anyone likes Dimission, but, you know, there might be the people who love these odd characters, but yeah, join the Discord like we keep saying. We're going to keep brainwashing you to do it. Join the Discord, chat to us, hit that bell icon on YouTube, check the merch. Imagine yourself wearing this.
Get all the betrayal on, mate. Get on it. I've got another logo as well. I'm not going to show you just yet because I've not fully finished it yet. Martin's seen it, but obviously you guys and girls and goblins will not be seeing it just yet. But there's a bit of a tattoo themed one, isn't there, as well, Mark?
Yeah.
That looks sick.
But yeah, Ian's inspired me to look into doing some designs also. I will be doing that as well. And hopefully you'll see some on some t-shirts soon. But Ian's designs are very good. And you need him on your t-shirts. You need to be wearing them.
Represent me. Represent Martin. Represent controllers and katanas. World's greatest anime and gaming podcast.
You heard it here first. When we become famous, we told you so. But that's it then.
Also, someone buy me a Hoshina statue. Right. Catch you in the next one, guys.
Take care, guys.
Peace. Love you. Bye-bye.